Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, back to do another edition of Sci-Fi Creature Feature Sundays. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. But before I get into my review, I wanted to thank Brad, my very good friend, BRONCOJUGGALO Talks Movies, for sending me this. It is so kind and generous of him, and this is actually one I didn't have in my collection. Brad is a great guy, and he's had a little bit of a tough week. So I told him, I said, you know what, I want to do a Godzilla flick this week. I said, you pick the one I do. So he picked Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. And I couldn't be more thrilled to watch this again, because I am a big Godzilla fan. Also Gamera, Mothra, King Kong. I just love creature features, always have. Now, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla is a 1994 film. Now, on the back of the cassette it says it runs 120 minutes, but it actually runs 106 minutes. It is directed by Kensho Yamashita, and I really hope I don't butcher these names. Now, he was responsible for a movie called 19 and Trouble Man. Now this stars Megumi Odaka, Jun Hashizumi, Zenkishi Yoniyama, and Akira Imoto. Now a brief synopsis. There are two teams on Earth Island. One team is trying to implant it's part of the T team, which is telepathic. So they're trying to implant a receptor into Godzilla's brain so that they can control him. Now the other team on the island is trying to kill him, and they have a bullet that has some kind of coagulant in it. And they're supposed to hit him, I believe it's somewhere in the hip is where he's vulnerable, from what they said. Now from space, another Godzilla comes, who has partly the same, I believe they said the same genes, if I'm not mistaken. And he lands on Birth Island and hurts the son of Godzilla. And a battle ensues from there. Now this, of course, goes over to Tokyo, and they have it's not Mechagodzilla, it is well, I'll get into that in a little while. It's a robot, which they use to fight Space Godzilla along with Godzilla. Now, some interesting things about this film. Early in this film, a portion of John Barry's You Only Live Twice is used. Now, I could have sworn that I heard that, but I was like, there's no way that they can do that and get away with it. Well, they did. Because it's the beginning of the James Bond film, the music. Now this film takes place in 1995. The Godzilla suit was outfitted with a motor that allowed the beast to move its head from side to side. I thought that was pretty cool. And this is the most interesting part in my opinion. Originally this was supposed to have Mechagodzilla in it. And he was supposed to team up with Godzilla. But they decided against that because they figured that Mechagodzilla was too powerful. So what they did was they brought in a kaiju robot, Mogera, which is a remake of the film Mysteries in 1951. Like I said, he's called Mogera, although I don't know if they refer to him as that in the film. I can't remember now. But the robot is really cool. And very powerful as well. Can they beat Space Godzilla? Will Godzilla save his son? Who knows? Definitely check this one out. This is a fantastic movie. If you're a Godzilla fan, um, here's how I'll put it. This is a great movie to get you into Godzilla if you're not a Godzilla fan. The older movies are a lot cheesier. Now, these movies have a lot of cheese to them, don't get me wrong. But the older movies are a lot cheesier. These movies are pretty much sci-fi creature features, basically. And they're done a lot better than the older movies, which I'm actually a bigger fan of the older movies, if that makes sense. But that's what I grew up on. But this is a fantastic movie. I definitely liked it better than Final Wars. That's for sure. Not a big fan of that one, and I don't know why. I just didn't like it. But anyway, getting off track here. Thanks again, Brad, for sending me this. I do really appreciate it. I love me some Godzilla. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.